students, my name is Dr. Shweta Chaudhary from ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. And today we'll discuss about the content of Unit 1, or we can say syllabus of Unit 1 matrices from the subject Engineering Mathematics 1. So let's get started, everyone. So we have decided to divide the Unit 1 matrices into the 10 lectures. In lecture number 1, we'll discuss about the type of matrices. As you know that we are having two types of numbers. First one is called real number and second one is called complex number. So a matrix having a real number is called real matrix. And a matrix having complex number is called complex matrix. So we are having two type of matrices here, real matrix or complex matrix. In lecture number one, we will discuss about the real matrices, and in lecture number 10, we will discuss about the complex matrices. So in lecture number 1, we will discuss about the types of real matrices. In lecture number 2, we will discuss about the elementary transformation, or we can say elementary operation. Elementary operations means the operations we are going to apply on elements of a matrix is called elementary operations or elementary transformation. It is of three types. So we'll discuss all three types of operations in unit number in lecture number 2. In lecture number 3, we'll discuss about the inverse of a given matrix A. Suppose you are having a matrix A and you need to find out the inverse of a matrix A, then you will use elementary transformations to find the inverse of a matrix A by using Gauss-Jordan method. So we'll discuss here Gauss-Jordan method. And also we'll discuss about the properties of the inverse of a given matrix A. In lecture number 4, we'll discuss about the rank of a given matrix A. First of all, we'll discuss about the definition of the rank, then methods to find out the rank. We are having three methods. First one is minor method to find the rank of a matrix. Second one is called normal form method or canonical form method. And the third one is called echelon form method. So we'll discuss about all three methods in this lecture. Also, we'll discuss about the properties of rank. Properties of rank. In lecture number 5, we'll discuss about the system of linear equation. Since it is having two types of systems, so we will divide the system of linear equation topic into two lectures. In lecture number 5, we will discuss about the homogeneous system of linear equation, and in lecture number 6, we will discuss about the non-homogeneous system of linear equation. Here we will convert the system of linear equation into the matrix form, which is called Ax is equals to 0. This one is called the homogeneous system. And about the non-homogeneous system, we'll get the equation Ax is equals to b. In lecture number 7, we will discuss about the Hamilton theorem. what is the statement of the Cayley-Hamilton theorem, and its application. In lecture number 8, we will discuss about the linearly dependence and independence of the vectors. Vectors is a kind of a set. It is denoted by any alphabet. Let us suppose we are having a vector x. Since it is a vector, it is having few elements like 1, 2, 3. Position of all the elements are fixed. If you change position of the element, then you will get a different vector. Suppose you change the position of the element and you get 3, 2, 1 or 3, 1, 2, then you will get a different vector y. So here you are having two types of vector x and y. We will check whether they are dependent or not. If they are dependent, then they will have equation, and if they don't depend on each other, then they don't have any relation. They don't get any equation. So we'll check in this lecture what is the meaning by linearly dependence of a vector, what is the meaning by linearly independence of the vector, how can we check about the dependency and independency, how many methods we can use, and what is the relation between the vectors if they are linearly dependent. In lecture number 9, we will discuss about the eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors. Eigenvalues is represented by lambda and eigenvectors are represented by x, like this one. You can see this is the eigenvector. So if you are having a matrix A, surely it will have eigenvalues, which is represented by lambda and corresponding eigenvectors. It means if you are having three values, eigenvalues, say lambda is equals to 1, 2, 3. Suppose you are having three eigenvalues, then you will get three eigenvectors corresponding to these eigenvalues like x1, x2, and x3. In 10th lecture, we will discuss about the complex matrices. Complex matrix is a matrix in which complex numbers exist, or we can say if any matrix having complex number or complex numbers is called complex matrix. It is of three types: Hermitian matrix, Skew-Hermitian matrix, and unitary matrix. Thank you everyone.